And welcome back. We have our first game in the lower bracket, our third game of the tournament against Kensaw White. They just lost an absolute ruler. It went also to game 3 as well. Now they're playing their second game, I believe, in the lower bracket. Or sorry, this would be their first game in the lower bracket, just like us. So we are both just coming off of an unfortunate loss. We'll see how that factors in. Oh, never mind. I apologize. They actually started in the lower, but they've been making their way up. And this is what I talked about, Dragon. So we just lost, and they actually have won the last 3 straight.
Oh.
So think about that. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Fuel's already up by 1. Now they're up by 2.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, the momentum doesn't seem to be enough to get them any goals to start the game right now. Just coming out to a red hot start. Ches, again, he's their last line of defense, but he's also their last line of offense because he's playing that, kind of sweeper. He's staying in the back lines. So if he is, if nobody is there, he's the last one that's going to come in, clean up it, and try to get a nice goal if nobody was able to off the first 2 shots.
And it looks like that Fuel is off to a really strong attack. That goes right to a member of Kensaw. Does manage to steal that mega boost. It goes to McLean in the air. To Rieker. Ches is rotating out. Rieker takes flight. Gets the bump. It gets blocked at the last second by RL Gabo.
Yeah, it's some fun names we have on the other side. MK, Gabo,
and Ronem.
I like that. That's a cool one. And Rieker, a nice pass, and just misses wide. We've been seeing a lot of great passing plays, but unfortunately the last match, they didn't end up finding their mark, and they also kind of really haven't in this game as well. Just some kind of raw goals coming in from Ches getting, that cleanup goal. We haven't seen too many passing plays be able to hit their mark and find their home in the back of the net.
Yeah, and now Rieker, it's McLean.
Oh,
Oh, breakaway.
Oh my goodness.
Just walking it in.
What a play. That is some broken ankles right here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Just right over him. A beautiful job. His teammates getting out of the way, knowing a goal is coming. 5 shots already for Rieker, but that is the first goal to his name. We are already halfway through. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Who is going to pull out ahead? And oh my goodness. 430 score for Rieker already with 2 goals. He's doing it by himself here with a little flip reset and then goes underneath. Just kind of playing, Kensaw was just playing a little bit too high there. He thought they'd go for maybe a flip reset and then play up kind of above that crossbar area, but opted to go a bit lower. And, it worked out in his favor. Kensaw, unfortunately, now is down 4-0.
They are, and with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left, still a lot of game to go. Things can change. A little bump. Ches and McLean trading paint with each other there. A nice pinch from Ches, but it goes right to Gabo. Passes through one. It gets through, gets pinched on the crossbar, but that's some dead momentum. It gets hit to center. Ches bumps it out. It goes to McLean. He strikes it. A nice double tap off the wall.
McLean trying to
get the legendary triple tap.
McLean was trying to get a nice cheeky angle that we've seen a lot of so far already in this tournament, but couldn't get it there. And again, he tries. He centers the ball. That's a great pass, and their enemy strikes again. Ches hitting that crossbar and then also bouncing off the post. A little double doink there, if you will.
Their residents are extremely evil tonight.
They are very evil, as Leon would know, or Ethan, even.
Or Chris.
Or Chris. Or, what was the girl's name? See, I haven't played.
There's Sherry, Ada, Claire.
Is there Grace or something like that?
Grace Ashcroft, that's the new one.
Oh, yeah. I know my stuff.
You do?
What can I say? And all I know is that there's only a minute left in this game, and Kensaw has not seen a ball go into the back of Fuel's net. A nice centered ball again. Rieker up by himself. A weird angle, but a great pass to McLean. McLean's already up in the air for that, as you can see. Look, he centers it up. He turns his car. He gets ready. He just jumps in the air, and he knows that Rieker is going to put it on a silver platter for him. And that he does.
So that means that's McLean 2, Rieger 2, Ches 1 in regards to goals.
Yeah. A nice even spread there, kind of like a charcuterie board, if you will.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm sorry, Greg. I'm sorry.
And
And they're hungry for more kills, or sorry, for more goals. Again, I am stuck in this COD.
we've done a lot of COD, so
We have.
that's usually it. That nice bump. I think, but it doesn't matter. You get the goal. It's 6-0 and a hat trick now for McLean with 41 seconds left. Oh no, Spaghetti-O. There you go, Rieger.
Nice save by Rieger, just playing at the back there, and another goal by McLean. I wonder if goal differential comes into play at all with these points. Now, we're not sure. I don't believe it does, but, you know, they're just kind of showing off here. And you can even see at the very top, Ches was even waiting if something happened. He's always waiting just around, looking for an opportunity to strike.
He was perched. He was waiting there.
He was sitting. Just like Spider-Man, like we talked about. They're all kind of Spider-Man in their own way. He's just sitting above, right? Sitting in that corner.
And there's a momentum. Oh,
wow. Give him 5. And he has 5 shots. He's 5 for 5.
5 for 5, 8-0 with 23 seconds left.
It was
lucky number 777.
Wow, it was only 4-0 going into the minute mark, and now
It's
in just under 40 seconds, 8-0, 4 goals, 40 seconds. Wow. See, this is what we talked about. Whenever teams are, down and it looks very bleak, you just saw Fuel score 4 straight in 40 seconds. Very impressive. The tides can turn so quickly. Kensaw could have been on the other end of it, actually scoring those goals, but unfortunately they're on the receiving end, getting 9 goals scored on them with still 4 seconds left to play.
9-0 with 4 seconds left. You can get 9 goals in 4 seconds.
You definitely, you can. Will you? You're not going to see it in this game. If I was a betting man, I would, unfortunately, for the any Kensaw fans out there, I would put some money that we're not going to see.
Are they going
9.
for 10? They tried to go for 10, but it hit, and that is game 1 going to the side of Fuel Esports for this first lower bracket match, putting Kensaw White in the hot seat. And as confirmed, if they have not lost a game yet, could Fuel Esports break Kensaw White's undefeated streak and get them out of this tournament?
Yeah, because they already have the 1 loss to their name, and then they went through the lower bracket. So yes, they could knock them out of their tournament. We're seeing this is ruthless now, right? We're seeing Fuel kind of be like these poachers of the sea of this lower, because we're deep into the lower bracket, almost like the sea, and we're coming there and we're poaching them one by one. It starts with Kensaw White and then whoever after that.
And then just climb.
Exactly, and then you start climbing up. Once you get out of that sea, then you go into the finals, that grand finals, and you start seeing the peak of the mountain. But then you gotta do a reset as well, a bracket reset. It's a whole thing, but we'll get there when we get there.
What do you think KSU has to do then if they want to try and at least survive to a match 3? Because it seems that Fuel Esports in every single department was dominating.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, realistically, if I'm going to be 100% realistic with you, I think the skill gap is a little bit too big for these two teams, right?
Ooh, okay.
I mean, 9-0, right? I'm not saying Kensaw is a bad team whatsoever.
No.
You saw they did a very good job. They saved some of these, but having 4 goals scored on you, right, like I said, in 40 seconds or even 5 in a minute, it just seems like the skill gap's a little too wide right now, which is totally okay. So to be honest, I don't see there anything where they can win. Can they manage the goals a bit less? I definitely do. And I think it starts with controlling the midfield and controlling a lot of the air. It makes sense that Fuel scores all these goals, and a lot of them are above the ground because they're kind of dominating in the air. It seems like, when it comes to even just mechanics-wise, there's huge mechanic jumps, especially when you get into aerial play. And you see, look, I'm telling you, Ches right there cleanly beats out that, and McLean takes the goal.
Just stealing the goal from Ches, who launches it. He's like, yeah, no, I'm just going to tap it and take credit.
Yeah, but like I said, it's in the air. As I was speaking about it, it's aerial mobility. And aerial control is what's going to win you these games. And you can just see how much more practice this Fuel team is on aerials. It's just so much of a, a big gap when you can play above the ground, when you can play above the crossbar. McLean is going to show us exactly that, and he goes for one tap. Nobody is there to follow it up. I think he wanted to go for a little double tap, but wasn't able to get the tap he wanted. And Reeker, look at him, just playing with his food almost, just kind of using the ball, going around here. I mean, great job just by Fuel controlling this pace of play. A flip reset, nice play by Reeker, but an even better save by Kensaw.
Yeah. Goes to McLean again, down to the bottom. It's getting struck. It goes to Roam. Hitting through, goes to Ches, who manages to win that 50 a little bit. Hits over now. They need to at least get out of their end zone. Roam goes through. It rolls through. Did McLean just steal it again? No, he did not, as Ches does get the goal.
Yeah, that was close to being a stolen goal here. I think McLean wanted it, but just wasn't.
A goal's a
able
goal,
to get it.
but it's like, it's going in. It was like, I want credit.
Yes, he does. And, I mean, you can see the next time you see the scores of the Kensaw, you can just see they haven't even touched the ball as much as Fuel has. It's been super unfortunate. Like 64, that's the first save, right? He's got 100 score. The rest of the team, unfortunately, really doesn't have too much. They're just not able to find their footing. They're not able to kind of find a good possession.
Wasn't it a previous Rocket League cast I did with you where we talked about where we would really like to see if an update where you could see the amount of time both teams actually had control of the ball?
It is like how they have soccer.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is, car soccer, right? It would be super cool to be able to see that because right now, I got to be completely honest, it's probably 95-5. I mean,
with these types of plays, yeah.
Yeah, just a fantastic job. Just so much constant pressure at all times. It's so hard to avoid a goal. It's inevitable. I feel as though Fuel is like Thanos here. They are inevitable. They're going to snap their fingers and a goal is going to appear on their side.
And it's working.
Wow, flying in there, just missing the mark was McLean. He's hungry for these goals. You talked about being hungry earlier. McLean is even hungrier for these goals.
He really is. And, that centering goes to Rome. Gets the pass one, gets past two. Little bit of lost control. Reeker so far on the back line gets a block to McLean. A demo and a bump to bring it through. Ches to send it. Hits it through off the wall and off the crossbar!
I don't understand what is going on. That's a very, very routine shot, but it is okay. A Reeker with a not very routine shot. That angle was absolutely nasty, and now McLean centers it for someone, but nobody for the side of Fuel is going to score here. And Reeker...
McLean just blocked Reeker's shot!
He really wants these goals for himself. Like I said, just hungry. Blood is blood at the end of the day, and he gets it. But an almost own goal there, it looks like here.
That was an own goal.
Yeah, Ches taps it right there, and then trying to save it, unfortunately puts it into their own net. Kensaw goes down 4-0. This is almost exactly like we saw last time, except it was a bit later.
I despise this crossbar with every fiber of my being.
Yeah, it's been the thorn in Fuel's side this whole time. But still, with that being said, they're winning, right? And convincingly, nonetheless.
4-0 with 1:37 on the clock. This is a very, very comfortable lead for Fuel Esports. These passing plays that are going on there, it's a lot of momentum stop, which is very, very worrisome for Fuel, especially Ches using up majority of their boost, McLean draining the entire tank that they have. A launch from Kensaw all the way, hits Fuel's crossbar. The MK misses the rebound, goes to Reeker, gets bumped out, gets over Reeker, bumping to McLean, gets demoed, it's rolling, hits the Ches, it gets redirected. Oh no!
They got a goal, and really nice redirection there. Look at that. Finally, for the first time, Kensaw White has a goal. Great redirection there. A little misplay from Fuel, and they take advantage of it just like that. snap of their fingers. That is how good they still are, though, right? That's a really tough redirection, but they make it look so easy. And now it is only a 3-goal lead for Fuel. The momentum has started to shift in Kensaw. Can they take advantage of it and score 3 with the last 50 seconds?
They potentially could, especially with how cherry-picky Fuel is being there a little bit. It's very, very risky to do those types of plays. Goes to McLean. He's using everything. Doesn't have enough boost to actually follow with the aerial. Goes to Ches. It gets through. Reeker overpowers a little bit. Has to survive on this backboard. Goes to MK where it bounces. That could have been in, but Ches gets the demo to McLean. To Reeker. Off the wall. Gets redirected by MK. Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, indeed. The Batman, as we talked about before. A nice pass there.
Oh, there you go.
And McLean with his second goal. Really should be his first because he did steal it. But that is okay. Ches with a beautiful, beautiful pass. I cannot stress enough. Ches has really, I mean, McLean's shots have been fantastic this tournament, but Ches's just ability to know exactly where to be is fantastic, and his passing has been on point. He's doing all the little things that need to be done in order for a team to win, and it doesn't show up always on the box score, but the box score does show Fuel winning 2-0. Great job by them. Very dominant win. I love seeing that, and now they're going to advance to their 4th game and the 2nd game in the lower bracket.
And as they keep going, that is KSU White being defeated. They are now eliminated from this tournament. Fuel Esports will continue. Producers, do we have confirmation knowledge? We are going up against Florida Southern Academy for our next fight.
That is awesome. I am very excited to see some Florida gameplay. See if they got some Gators, right? That's honestly, I don't know much about Florida, but I do know, about the Gators.
The only things I know about Florida is alligators and Disneyland.
Yeah, no, that's all I know as well.
That's it. Oh, and Miami.
Miami, yep.
Miami, Disneyland, and alligators is all I know about Florida.
Yeah, and, that's a very common destination for a lot of people, on vacation and whatnot. March break, even like during spring break, because, that's in like the States and whatnot. They get like a little spring break and then they go to Florida. It's a big thing. So, yeah, but, we don't have that spring break, which is fine by me. Fine by me. I'm enjoying working during this. I love watching some Rocket League, and I hope everyone at home is also enjoying as well.
Yeah, we're vibing. We're chilling. It's going to be a little bit of time, so we're just going to be just doing some chilling, relaxing, sounding like broken records, random out-of-pocket references. We have fun here. But as we kind of get ready for the next game, we are just going to probably hopefully just take a short break. Oh, wait, nope, we're getting told nope, we're going right into it. So let's just keep talking.
Yeah, we can talk about other things. I like, sometimes, like, there's only so much you can truly say about Rocket League, right?
That's true.
The one flaw, I never want to have, I never want to say anything bad. I love Rocket League. It's enjoyable to play. It's even more fun to watch and commentate. But, there's not they don't really have updates anymore, right? Which is fine. But, because there's there's updates, but there's no change of gameplay updates, right? Like you say in other things. So there's not a lot to talk about. Is there anything that you want to talk about, though? And unrelated to Rocket League, maybe not even video games, maybe just anything.
Not necessarily. We're about to actually get right into this, it seems. So unfortunately, the game is going to be cutting me off on my Tales of Glory as we get into this against Florida South, against Sly, Poof, and Soj.
Yeah, we got the three members of Florida South. Florida South.
So we have Sly Cooper, we have Pooh from Fairly Odd Parents, and Soj.
Yeah, and wow,
McLean
scoring. Just
at this point, like, how do we even cast McLean? It's just McLean scored. McLean scored. Oh, McLean scored.
And McLean scored in a cool way.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he did an even cooler way this time.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he stole someone's goal. Oh well, guess what? McLean still
Our
scored.
whole cast is just McLean.
Yeah.
Let's just change the title of the stream to McLean.
McLean and friends versus the world. That's really how it is. I mean,
that's the sequel to Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, it is. Instead of beating the 4 crazy X's or however many crazy X's, it's beating all the teams in this tournament.
Yes.
And that is what we're trying to do. if you were not tuned in before, we are in the lower bracket. This is our 4th game going up against Florida South. Do not let the logos mistake you. We just don't have one for them. It is okay. You see the names. You see them. You know who's on our team. You can
read.
Exactly. And if you can't, you know, blue is Florida and orange is Fuel.
And if you can't see, then good thing for audio description.
Yeah, hopefully.
I.e. us.
Yeah, right?
McLean scored again.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. We'll just, you know what? We'll just only talk when McLean scores, which is like 50% of the game, basically. So, I mean, hey, I'm fine with that. That's fine with me.
We just go dead silent for an entire kickoff.
Yeah.
Sly gets the kickoff, but it goes right to Ches, who flies all the way and gets it, and a bump from Reeker. It gets a little bit of an overshot to Sly. It rolls, hits to the wall. That could have gone right to McLean. Gets a redirect to Ches, to Poof. Who is that? That is Reeker. My eyes were about to deceive me. To Ches, to Soj, who gets bumped out of the way in the air. McLean off the backboard, gets redirected by Sly to Reeker, bringing it into the air. McLean is waiting. He's ready. A little bit of a foot reset, trading paint with McLean, and it gets launched all the way to Fuel's end zone. This is dangerous, and that is Sly with the first point for Florida South.
A sneaky goal there, and now 2-1. Sly is starting to crawl, or sorry, not Sly. Florida and Sly are crawling their way back into this game. We have not reached the half-point way yet. We're still in this, you know, first half, if you will, and so there is a ton of time to make up this 1-goal now lead.
There is a lot of time. There's 3 minutes remaining exactly. They need to get out of this end zone. That is McLean leading the charge. Reeker gets, unfortunately, a miss, and it goes to Sly, but Ches is there to redirect. Manages to get it over Poof to Soj, who hits it once, misses the double tap. A demolition comes out for the side of Fuel. I think that took out McLean, but it doesn't matter as Reeker just bounced it, and Sly pockets it into his own net.
Wow. Trying to save it there. Sly just wasn't able to. A flip, unfortunately, there. He wanted to probably do a little half flip there, get back into position. Wasn't able to do it. But I think the big difference right now that we're seeing between Fuel and Florida South is kind of these tough shots are actually on net when it comes to Fuel. I don't know if you saw earlier when it was like these really, really tough shots that weren't able to be made. Whoa, whoa,
we're
whoa,
goals.
whoa, what the heck? Ooh. Well, you guys can see how we cast. Okay, never mind. But what I was saying is you see Fuel. Oh, and we're going to get this one too. You know what, screw it, show me all of them. But a nice shot by Poof. But these tough shots that are kind of like redirects off of the side wall, they're not getting on net when it's the side of Florida South. When you see Fuel do it, you see McLean and Reeker with these almost impossible shots, and that is the difference maker. Having pressure in uncomfortable spots is what you need, and that's kind of what Fuel's doing right now and maintaining this lead. That is what I'm really seeing the difference maker is, honestly, because unlike the last game, the presence of this team in the air is just as good as Fuel's, but the difference is just their tough shot making. But if we can see, because see right there, if you can redirect that on net, just give it a bit more pressure. But now Fuel is able to attack
has a breakaway.
Here. Yeah, he tried to do a little flick there, unfortunate angle, but couldn't get it home. And now we're just kind of going back and forth, exchanging blows here.
And then now a good redirection from McLean. Poof, getting a demolition on a Ches, a dead ball strike. But Ches is there. That was such a risk. You demoed him. It gave Ches an opportunity to be in the perfect position to redirect. And this goes from Ches to McLean, into the corner, to Reeker, to Soj. Taking it into flight, goes into the midsection. Reeker gets a demo. And now it goes to McLean.
Oh my goodness.
Boost.
What a flip there by McLean. His mechanics are out
He knows
of
his car.
world. And Reeker, I love when he does that. The fake. He circles back, and now he's going to try to go coast to coast here. Gets shut down at the halfway point.
So no butter and toast, sadly.
Exactly. There is just plain toast, and there's no butter to go along with it. It was just coast to halfway.
That's the worst toast.
Exactly.
You got no butter.
Like, it's honestly, at that point, it might be bread.
It's just warm bread.
But, wow.
Reeker
Makes up for it there.
There's our butter.
Look at that. That is coast to coast butter and toast. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you saw though. There is that new update that just got shown right there a little bit, I believe, which is showing when someone gets a flip reset.
With that like little animation.
It shows, so now you know.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was fully in the game yet. I did see that come out. I can't lie, I haven't been able to play too much Rocket League recently, but I believe it shows
Not
you
me,
that
who's
little
got
bit.
every default fuel count on every Xbox somehow ranked on Rocket League.
That's why Dragon is the king. But see, those are the shots I was hoping to see out of Florida, and they finally had it. A good shot that makes Fuel uncomfortable. The more you make Fuel uncomfortable, the better you are. And unfortunately, there's only 10 seconds left. This time is not on the side of Florida. Fuel is just going to wait, let that ball just linger in here, and the game is basically over. They're going to let it go in, to be completely honest. They don't even want to bother saving that. They know they just need to have the ball hit the ground on this kickoff.
That was still a good goal by Sly.
Oh, yeah. It was
really
very
good setup, a nice strike, but it ain't going to matter, unfortunately, as Fuel takes game 1, 4-3 against Florida. Or Mocs Esports, as we're now getting the official name of
beautiful.
them.
I love seeing that. That is awesome. Okay, well, you know,
Yeah.
Mocs did a fantastic job, though, at still staying in that game. They found those easy goals when they popped up for them, which I think is kind of Fuel's, weak spot. They give the other team a chance to score goals. Whereas when we kind of fought against the Condors, they had to fight for every single goal.
Oh, they really did. They had to fight for every goal, and the thing is that Condors were able to read into Fuel's plays, because historically, when Conestoga and Fuel have faced in the past, and this goes for any game, it is almost neck and neck in performance.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been
It's
neck and neck. And I mean,
it's
we
similar
saw
to
that.
us against it's similar to Fuel versus St. Clair as well, and even Fuel versus Western.
Yeah.
The skill between us and those three schools in particular, you could even change the names, and you wouldn't even be able to tell which one's Fuel and which one's the other school.
Yeah, because they're just
change
so
both,
close.
You can change both the teams' names, and you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, it is so close, right? There's no real gap in skill. It's about when they win, that's the win margin.
Microscopic.
That's the win margin for each team. We saw Conestoga only won when there was 20 seconds left by 1 goal, and it was just because the Fuel kind of let them have that easier goal. They just got caught out of the rotations. That little passing play on the defensive end that ended up working in their favor, that is what got them that edge. It's just a slight edge that they work towards every single time, and Fuel just kind of keeps giving it up. But in this game, they are not giving it to Mocs Esports. They're doing a great job right now just staying ahead. And, they did a fantastic job getting a lead early in the last game and holding on to it.
And this is exactly what Fuel needs to try and recreate. It seems, though, that Mocs Esports is really upping their defense. A backboard rebound to Rieger. It gets blocked, though, at the last second by Soj. Really, really good. Ches is in the air. It's open. A flick.
Oh, my gosh.
Bounce. The whiff goes out.
What a fake.
McLean with the fake.
Did you see that fake? Look at right here. Look at, he fakes it.
Yeah, no,
Oh
okay,
my
that wasn't on purpose. No, that wasn't by accident. That was on purpose. That was calculated. That was planned. He wanted it to happen.
That was insane. I mean, a great job by McLean, staying so cool in that moment. We haven't seen him fake all game or really all tournament at all. So to pull it out there is amazing. You want to, like I said, catch your opponent off guard, switch up your rhythm, switch up your timing. So that little change gets them that goal early. And this is what we saw Fuel have before. They were up a goal, and they made it 2, they made it 3, and they continued to just keep up the pressure the whole time and not slow down. And I think they're going to be taking that exact same path in this game. But can Mocs Esports now come alive here and score earlier? And unfortunately, they can't. But Rieger, what a save. He's doing it all right now for this team. McLean, you saw that flip reset animation. Nicely done there by Rieger.
There's a little shockwave at the bottom of the car.
It's nice for the defense. It's not nice for offense because you usually know when you get it, right? You know you have a jump back. But it helps that defense out a little bit more. You see it right there again, and it's beautiful. But what a stop on the dime right there.
And a good save combo by Sly and Poof. That could have gone a completely different direction. It's McLean versus Sly. It's a 1v1. Reeker goes for the bump, but Sly's there. Reeker goes for another demo. Has to hit the chest. It gets pinched to the wall to McLean with a nice bump and a tire flick. Goes to Ches with a bump. Goes to the backboard. Goes to the wall. Goes to McLean. To the wall to McLean.
Just back and forth, back and forth.
It's not going to the wall. It's going to McLean. If it ain't going to the roof, it's going to Reeker.
Yep, it's one of them. And then if it's going on net, then it's going to Ches. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Because he's going to save it. And that's what we're seeing right now. A nice little wall pinch, just clearing the ball out. And again, even starting to waste some time here. You can see Fuel just clearing these balls, just get it out of the way, right? They are up. There's 2 minutes left, which is a lot of time. But I know they're controlled enough to Come on. I was going to say, I know they're controlled enough to play with 2 minutes and just to play a little bit of keep away.
Well, you can also see what's happening. Like, you can see Soj, he got under Reeker's car and just started bumping him, so Reeker was stuck on his Octane. Could not move.
Great job by Mocs Esports. Now we are tied up for the first time since it's been at zeros. A good job. We're not seeing Fuel go up in this big lead like we did last time. We're trying to get something going, but a great defensive play there by Poof. Wasn't exactly what McLean wanted, but now we're going to see Reeker again just take this ball all the way to the other end, run at a boost, but grab theirs. And now Fuel looks like they're in a very, very good spot for a goal here. They're setting up beautifully. It is out front, a perfect save, but McLean isn't stopping the attack there. He is relentless of 2 flip resets, 3 flip resets, but cannot get it to go. Unfortunately, he ordered it for here, and it wasn't takeout.
Oh, and that is Poof with a solid pass play breakaway to bring the point to Mocs Esports, taking the lead. A launch from Sly all the way to Poof. The overcommitment attack from Fuel being the downfall of this play.
What a play, though, by Mocs to know, instead of turning around after getting that that full boost at the halfway mark, he turns, looks upfield. Little bit of a cherry-picking play. Poof knows he's winning that 50, passes it up, and a great job at capitalizing on your positioning, making, a bad situation actually good.
Yeah, it benefited, and this is the issue with these overcommitment on your attacks, is that it's a double-edged sword. You gotta make sure you do well with it.
What a
Look at
bomb.
McLean, being just an absolute harasser against Sly. It just wasn't enough, as Ches and Reeker were also caught out with their attack, and it was stopped. McLean to Sly. It gets bumped out. 30 seconds remaining. Fuel needs to tie it here. This is getting dangerous. A nice flick from Poof. It gets blocked. It goes to Reeker. There was a little bit of a 50. A strike, though. McLean has it. Gets demoed out by Poof with the assistance of her family godparents.
It's so hard to continue commentating after that, but oh my goodness, McLean.
It don't matter. Fairy godparents cannot assist you if McLean pulls off shots like that.
Yeah, that was a great clutch shot there from McLean, just slotting that home with beautiful play.
4 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, the regular time is not over. There is still time to score here. We have the ball is up in the air. It's actually looking good. Reeker just a little too short there. Probably wanted to hit it in one of the top corners. Now we are into overtime, 2-2.
And now all Fuel right now just got to do is just get out of their end zone. A nice strike from Poof onto the wall. Reeker with a dribble gets it over Sly. Gets hit by So to Poof to McLean. So is chasing him down. Might not get the job to Ches.
Oh,
off the post to Reeker!
What a follow-up there. Reeker, what a great play. Fantastic job. Ches just getting it in a perfect bump after 2, mind you. Again, those are the little things that make the difference. Getting that bump. You can't get discouraged after missing. And a great job by Fuel taking that 2-0 lead. It was tough at the end, and I got to say, Mocs Esports what a fantastic job. It honestly felt like watching Fuel and St. Clair play kind of at the beginning of the semester when it would just be a lot of attacks from St. Clair and then Fuel just defend, score 1 goal, defend. That's kind of what was going on. Mocs Esports, they defended the whole time so beautifully, playing so well, and then found those openings. But Fuel eventually broke through those cracks and made them big enough holes to score a goal through.
It was very, very similar in play style, and now that is another team eliminated from this tournament to the blade of Fuel, as we now got to figure out who our next opponents are.
Yeah, which it seems like we're getting them ready. We're playing Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Nice.
Am I getting that right? Ole Miss?
I believe so.
Sounds like a medicine.
Yeah, good old, or it's like, like it's kind of like a syrup brand. You know what I'm saying? Like that,
Ricola!
but it's like good old Ole Miss. Never let me down. Back in the old days.
Back in my day when I had a sore throat, I took some Ole Miss and I was safe for a couple hours. I was able to do work, and then a little bit later take some more Ole Miss, and I was bright as rain.
And